US President Donald Trump must not be allowed to address the UK Parliament during a state visit to Britain, Speaker of the House of Commons John Bercow said on Monday. Prime Minister Theresa May invited Trump to visit the UK, and there have been calls by lawmakers not to give the president the honour of addressing both houses of parliament after he introduced an immigration ban on people from some majority Muslim countries. Before the imposition of the migrant ban, I would myself have been very strongly opposed to an address by President Trump in Westminster Hall. After the imposition, I'm even more strongly opposed, Bercow told lawmakers. I feel very strongly our opposition to racism and sexism and our support for equality before the law and an independent judiciary are hugely important considerations in the House of Commons. Trump's predecessor Barack Obama and world leaders including Nelson Mandela, Angela Merkel, and the Pope have all been invited to speak to members of the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Bercow said he has a veto over a speech in Westminster Hall and would block it. It would be a breach with tradition if Trump spoke in the Royal Gallery behind the House of Lords without his name on the invitation, he said. An address by a foreign leader to both houses of parliament is not an automatic right, it is an earned honour, Bercow said. There are many precedents for state visits to take place to our country that do not include an address to both House of Parliament. But Mr. Bercow previously had no objections to leaders of controversial regimes including China, Kuwait, and Qatar addressing MPs and peers in both parliaments. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn said, "Well said, John Bercow. We must stand up for our country's values. Trump's state visit should not go ahead." Liberal Democrat leader Tim Farron said, "This is the right decision by the Speaker. The Prime Minister might wish to kowtow to the nasty misogynist that now sits in the Oval Office, but no one else does. We do not want him to speak to us. He is not welcome. Speaking within Parliament is a rare honour, the highest honour we can offer. In the past we have hosted speeches from leaders in equality, justice, and human rights from Mandela to Obama. Trump is not fit to shine their shoes."